Welcome to the Cinchuation Podcast, brought to you by Saddle Up. Saddle your horses, tighten those cinches, and join us as we dive into the heart of the Western equestrian lifestyle.
It's definitely weird being on like this side.
I know!
Like, this is so weird.
You're usually the interviewer.
It's weird. I told my mom, I was like, can you like practice with me? Because I was like,
Oh.
I know how to like talk, but I'm like,
Yeah.
usually I like to like pick on people and be like, okay, tell me more.
Yeah.
Give me more. And
Yeah.
then they get mad at me sometimes, but it's okay.
Well, I'll be that too. I'll be like, give me more,
Do it,
give me
do
more.
it, do
Yes,
it.
yes. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm
Yeah.
so excited to chat with you. Kind of just as a starter, like for people who might not know you or maybe have seen you but don't know like a lot about you, can you just give us a little background on you and like what you do in your own words?
Yes. So I'm Kenzy Broadrick. I'm 18 years old from Fort Lupton, Colorado. And I'm a barrel racer. I am a breakaway roper. Kind of do everything. I love everything rodeo, everything horses.
Yeah.
I've been riding horses since I was 18 months and then
Wow.
started competing since I was at the age of 10.
That's
so
crazy.
kind of just doing a little bit of everything. I just a few years ago recently started interviewing at the Greeley Stampede. So I started that journey, and then it's taken me a lot of places I didn't expect, kind of like here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's pretty awesome, and then just being able to be doing everything, and yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I cannot believe, I didn't want to be weird, but I was like, God, is she 18? Like, I can't
Yes.
believe that. I remember watching you when you were just little.
I can't believe I'm 18
Yeah,
either.
it's so crazy. It's so
Yes.
awesome, though. You've just done so much. It's so fun to watch you and like on your Greeley interviews and stuff. I always see it. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at her.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so your love for horses and rodeo, it started at a very early age, it sounds like. Yeah.
Yes. I had like a little horse, that was stubborn and didn't really let anybody catch him except for me. And so just that horse grew, also like was really not fun for me at times.
Yes.
But
yeah.
at the same time, grew my love for horses. And then, you just keep getting better horses. And I've had a pretty good string of horses recently. So I'm pretty excited for all that.
That's awesome. I feel like we all have that one horse back in the day,
Yes.
I had one of my first horses. It wasn't a pony, it was a Welsh pony. Oh, that thing was terrible. I'm like, why I stuck with it, I don't know, because she was mean to me.
Yeah.
She was terrible.
It builds character, that's for sure.
It does, yeah.
But
It makes you tough, I guess. I don't know, but that's where it all starts. And your family, they are also involved as well, right?
Yeah. Yes. So my mom was a barrel racer and then kind of took some time off after she did an internship at Lazy E.
Oh, nice.
Took a few years off and just didn't really want anything to do with rodeo. She kind of says the racetrack 2-year-olds were horrible. And she was like, I never want to see a horse again. So she took some time off. And then once I started to kind of want to do it more, she kind of got back into it. And we have a kind of an inside joke where she warms up my horses for me sometimes. And the last few times that she's warmed up my horses, I've won.
Oh,
and so
hey.
I kind of have an inside joke that she has to warm up my horses for me, but she loves it. She's my biggest supporter, and I'm so grateful for her.
Oh, she's awesome. I love seeing you guys at the stuff together. And yeah, I remember, I think it was last year, like the Keensburg, it was the one that Brandy put on. It was just a jackpot, and she was on one of your horses.
Yes.
She was so nervous because
Yes.
she ran that night, and she's
So,
like, I'm so nervous.
Very funny story about that. I
Yes.
got my hips injected that morning, and I like didn't plan to get them injected that day. And
Yeah.
so I was like, I have to run this horse. Like, she's 5. Like, we had a rodeo that next weekend that I was able to compete in, but like barely, like missing it. So she had to ride my horse all week for me, and she entered the barrel race, and she was so nervous because that horse is fast. Like, stupid fast. And she's like, I really, really hope I don't like hit a barrel or, go too fast or whatever. Well, she like trotted around second barrel and hit second barrel, and I gave her a lot of crap for it.
Oh, I bet.
She was a pretty good sport and helped me with that.
She was. I kept bumping into her at the warm-up pin, and she was like, do you got one of those magic seats? Can you strap me into this saddle? And I was like, you're going to be fine. Just have fun, Yeah,
Yes.
it's crazy.
Yes.
She's awesome.
She's
I love
something.
her. Yeah, she's so funny. So kind of talking about like your stubborn horse, getting into that and everything, like early on, what were some challenges that you started to face that you didn't really expect going into horses?
Oh, goodness.
I know it's a hard one.
Yeah. Kind of a little bit of everything. So I was diagnosed with epilepsy at age 8, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And so that's kind of always been something I've struggled with. I've actually been seizure-free for 7 years now.
Oh,
so
wow, that's amazing.
It's awesome. Like, God has definitely been on my side with that one.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yes, that's amazing.
But that's something that has definitely like been a challenge for me. It was absent seizures, so not like the grand mal where you shake and everything, but still, it was like we would have a conversation like this, and I would just like look to the side, and one of those things that it would like not be good for me to talk to people or that kind of thing. And I was so anxious to talk to people. So now, like, being in the world that I'm in and getting to talk to people, I'm like, I would have never believed you if you told me that was where I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of the epilepsy thing. And then just recently, I've had some hip issues, so having to get my hips injected. And then hopefully in the future, I can just kind of work with it, but I might have to get hip surgery. So
Oh
just
my
like a
gosh,
bunch
girl.
of things.
Yeah.
But just really those two biggest things, but it's also built me into the person I am. And
Absolutely.
then the horse struggles, you know, everybody struggles with horses, but just trying to like find the horses that are willing to keep around and that are to grow with you instead of just, you know, shipping them off. And I'm one that I want to work with them until I literally can't anymore, like, and that's something that's been a challenge but also a blessing.
Absolutely. I feel like that's a hard thing in the horse industry for sure, is like, don't get me wrong, I think sometimes they're just, I've been through that where you've just tried everything. Maybe they're just not the right fit for you. I think that is a very real thing, but like, God, you got to try everything. Because what if there's one thing you're missing and then it clicks and you guys are like this dynamite team? I've been through that. I'm going through that right now.
Yeah.
So totally relate to
I had
that.
somebody tell me, like, do you want to see somebody else win on this horse? And a part of me is like, I mean, no, like of course not, but then the other part of me, you know, is like, well, if it's not me, then I want to see that horse win no matter what. And so it's kind of that happy medium, but I try as hard as I can to get with my horses before I sell something, and it's not easy for me to sell stuff.
I understand. I collect them. I'm like, even if they're not able to be ridden, I'm like, well, you just live here now. You're just, you know, you're just gonna live here.
You're so cute.
You're so cute. I just love you. Yeah. So no, I totally, and that's hard. That's very big of you, and I think that's such a great mindset, because so many people just toss them. They're like one little thing, they're like, well, on to the next, you know, and get rid of them, and that horse may have had the best potential, but you just needed to unlock something. So I think that's amazing that you have that mindset. I know your mom has really shaped like your path. Who else is someone that's really just stood out, like shaping kind of your path where you are today?
Yeah, a lot of people. Like it truly takes like a village to rodeo and do everything. I've had some amazing people along the way. Trent Johnson, the owner of Greeley Hat Works, has truly helped me tremendously. The Priefert family and the Priefert junior directors also have shaped and helped me a lot. So many people, Jared Farner, I could list so many people, but Dave Shumpert, like they all have such a way of helping me in life, and so it's truly amazing to see everybody help, and they have truly shaped me who I am today.
That's amazing. I bet you've gotten to meet so many cool people.
Oh my goodness,
like,
it's crazy. Sometimes I get starstruck. I'm just like, whoa, what is this? Or I'll be texting somebody and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm texting this person. Like, this is crazy. I would have never thought that.
That's wild. Do you travel a lot, like, with all of this?
Not right now. We're traveling to Texas in June, and then we actually just got back from Texas for Priefert Junior Elite to do the interviews there. That's kind of the most we've traveled. You know, Greeley's only 45 minutes away from me, so up to Greeley. Sometimes we'll go down to the National Western. It's been a few years, or I think I did some last year too, but just kind of anywhere I can go, I guess, is kind of, but I kind of stay around Colorado for now. But I would love to go, you know, to everywhere. So
see it all. See it all. No, that's really cool. I love that. Going more to like your competition and your mindset, because I didn't even know you roped, so that's so cool. I love it. I'm like, heck yeah. Like, what goes through your mind? Like, you're pulling up to the arena. What's your like mental prep? Like, how do you get ready for that?
Yeah, that's a really hard question.
Yes, I know.
Honestly, it really just depends on the day. Like, you know, you have days that you like are not in it whatsoever, and then you have days that you're like, okay, I got to get into it. And my mom always says, if I have a good attitude, then I can go win and I can do well. But if I go in there and I just am like kind of sour at the world, my mom's like, I already know how it's going to go, and it's not going to be a fun ride home.
Yes, that's a fair, fair
just trying to, you know, make it the best that it can be. And I've changed my mindset recently of like, I get to do this, not really I have to do this, because honestly, we don't have to. Rodeo really doesn't care anything about anybody. And so, like, you don't have to do any of this stuff. You get to do it. And I think since I've changed my mindset into that, it's been, like, eye-opening of, like, okay, you know what? We can do this.
Yeah, so, that's huge. I'm going to have to remember that, because I'm the same way. Like, I struggle, like, I know we were talking a little about horses and, lameness issues or just random stuff that comes up, but I have gone through the mental side of it like really bad. Like it's literally, it sounds dramatic, but like tore me apart this last year to the point where you're right. When you pull up, you're almost dreading it. And it's like, yeah, that's great though, because you don't have to do that, but you're blessed enough to get to. So think of it that way,
And it's not fun when you like go up there and you're dreading it, because it's easy to do that and spend so much money and just like kind of when you get on a roll and you just keep going to the next one and keep going to the next one, like finding the piece of like, okay, slow down, be in the moment, be at this rodeo.
Yeah.
And I work with Tana Johnston quite a bit with the mental mindset coaching. And then Katie Hollingsworth also. She was in Vegas and we got to hear her speak, and she's tremendous. They both are. So I kind of take little pieces of advice from each of them.
Yeah.
And then just like connect it to my life, and they've helped a lot for my mental mindset.
That's awesome. No, yeah, I feel like that's a big part of it, because it's such a intricate industry anyway, and there's so many things adding up like that it's easy to get overwhelmed. But yeah, that's a great, I've been really trying hard to work on my mindset, and it's not like a light switch, it takes some time. I wish it was a light switch. That would be super easy, but that's a great way to look at it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remember that. If you see me in a barrel race and I got that sour face, you say, hey.
Yeah.
Because my husband's the same way. I like hit a barrel or something, or I didn't have the time, and he's like, oh God.
Yeah.
The ride home.
One thing too I try to do, and it's just like something in my head that I don't know why I do this, but I like try to compliment one person in the warm-up pin like each time. And it's just kind of gotten into a habit, and like feel like if I do that, then I like remember to smile, or you don't want to compliment somebody and just be like, I like your shirt. Like, you gotta be a little bit bubbly. And anybody that you ask at like the high school rodeos, they'll be like, yeah, Kenzy talks. And so I'm a talker, but it's also one of those things that like I know that everybody can come talk to me, and they don't take it as like I'm a mean girl or that kind of thing. So I think too, complimenting people, it sounds so cliche and kind of dumb, but it's just like one of those things that like if you tell somebody like hey, I like your bell boots or something, like they'll usually be really nice in return. And then I've made some of my good friends from doing that.
Yeah, just compliments.
Yeah.
That's a great, because not to get into this side of it, but like the mean girl thing, dude, it's a barrel racing. I mean, breakaway is its whole other thing, and I'm very new to that side of the thing, but barrel racing, there is a lot of hate in that. And I saw it as a kid, and it's very different now. I'm seeing it as an adult, but I still get it. And like from people I don't even know. I don't know you from Adam. So I try to kind of do the same. Like somebody looks at me, I always smile, whether they smile back or not, just talk to them. We're all just people, it's just, I feel like it needs a lot more of that.
I think it was Fallon Taylor that said it, that she was like, people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are.
Yes.
And I have to kind of remember that too. It's hard to remember it because you kind of are like, they're staring at me. Like they are definitely thinking about me, but it's really not that bad. I mean, they could be thinking about how pretty your horse is instead of like how ugly your shirt is.
Something
like that. And I just have to kind of trick my mind, and that goes back to the mindset of like, okay, she's actually not looking at me because I look dumb. She's looking at me because my hat color is a little unique compared to everybody else's, something like that. So
that's really great. No, that's true. Cause that's one thing I've had to think too, is like, even if you have a bad run, the people watching, they're not going to remember it 5 minutes out. They're not going to be going home like, oh my gosh, did you see, and I've had to kind of trick your mind as well. Cause I'm like, oh my God, all these people saw that. They're going to be like next weekend, they're gonna be like, oh, that's that girl that, ran up the fence. And they don't, you know, but it's very much, your mind likes to play tricks on you for sure.
I like to make jokes pretty much about every single run. I'll come out and I'll have a bad run and I just start cracking jokes. And even if it's like really hurts me, I gotta laugh about it because, I gotta laugh before somebody else does about it. So I'm like, let me just have my 5 minutes and then kind of cry it out or do whatever, be mad, and then laugh about it because you can't change it. So.
True. This is true. Yeah. And it happens to all of us. Yes. Like kind of on this next question, like what do you think, like what to you separates like a good run to a great run? Like whether it's your personal stuff or like even watching somebody, like what does that look like?
From a great run to a bad run or whatever you want to call it, I would say probably just me being able to ride my horse correctly and go back from like taking what I learned in the practice pen and applying it to my run, because I've had an issue of just blacking out and kind of just riding. Yeah. And recently I've just been trying not to black out during my runs and kind of get to where I needed to be. So this past weekend we were at the Loveland High School Rodeo.
Oh, yeah.
And both of those runs I did not black out, and I was so happy, and like that was a win. And I work pretty closely with Laura Lee Ward, and she's been tremendous and so helpful. And so she's like, okay, go back to the basics of like have 3 things. Okay, well at this pin it was a little, the barrels were far off the fence, so you had to be tight. And a lot of girls were hitting because it was right next to the buck and shoot. So be tight, ride past, and hustle, kick, whatever you want to say it. Yeah. And so my thing is those 3 things, and I just repeated those things in my head. And so just trying to get that and then breathe. And then she told me, she was like, because I get to comparing myself quite a bit in the barrel racing.
Yep, I relate to that.
And so it gets tough. And she said, like, you are not there for anybody else. Like, you are there for yourself. So like, I expect you to ride your horse correctly, or I expect myself to ride my horse correctly. So just kind of going back to that, and then just being mindful of everything, and just being able to like, hey, if your horse feels like she's kind of diving, like be able to be aware to pick her up and stuff like that. So I would say from a good run to a bad run is being mindful and just being aware. So hopefully that answers your question a little bit.
No, it does for sure. And you're right. Like I do the same thing. I feel like it's like a blur, and I don't breathe. I hold my breath. So when I come out of the arena, I'm like, because I haven't been breathing. But you're right. Like being able to react in that moment, because I've let myself do it. Like that horse, I know we're going to hit the second barrel, but I like freeze. I don't do anything about it, because I'm just so in the moment, and then you beat yourself up after, and it's like, well, I should have done this, blah, blah, blah. So no, that's very, like, I relate to that in a lot of sense. Yeah, for sure.
It's taken me a really long time, and I'm still no pro at it. Like the weekend before last, I blacked out the second day, and I was good the first day, but blacked out the second day. But I also have a bad habit of kind of just kicking. And I get in trouble for that a lot. So it was really funny on my video on Saturday. You can see me turn the second barrel, and I start to kick, and I stop kicking because I, like, in my head, I'm like, my mom's going to kill me if I kick. Like, my mom is going to kill me. And, like, the fact that I thought about that during my run is, like, okay, I was breathing, I was aware, so.
It's working. Yeah, it's like retraining your brain and the muscle memory, because that's what it is, it's hard.
Don't ride enough horses at the barrel races to be able to do that. I know there's, like, pro girls and stuff that ride enough that are like, okay, can like literally talk. Like Laura Lee will talk about how she has like conversations, like she can dial like the dialogue. Oh my gosh. And that just would get me. I would be like, oh gosh, I don't know. But she rides so many horses that, and she has forever, that she's gotten the practice and gotten it, that she's like, okay, this is what we do. And she's amazing. I could go on and on to talk about her.
No, she's awesome. I've been watching her. I thought it would be cool to have her on the podcast. I know she's really busy though, so I haven't reached out, but I think that would be so cool.
I agree.
Yeah, that girl she's a beast. Like
she is something else. She's tremendous. She's awesome. But yeah, she would be so cool. I was actually going to tell you should have her. I think she's like home here and there. I kind of text her and blow up her phone all the time about my runs and when she'll be home, and if I can come ride with her and all of that stuff. So.
Sweet. Well, yeah, I'll reach out, because sometimes I don't know if people would, if that's really their vibe to come on here, but I would love to talk with her, because she's got such a cool story. She's been coming in here. I mean, I don't know, do you remember our store in Longmont?
Yes.
So same thing, she's been coming in, her and her family, when she was, probably when I met you, like little tiny and stuff. And so it's been cool to watch her, kind of grow in that sense. But yeah, there's no way I could have a conversation with I'm like, it's just gone. Like,
sometimes we kind of in the like at her house when we'll be riding together, she'll use really big words, and I'm kind of like, okay, Laura Lee, bring it down. Because she's in school for being a lawyer and everything, and I'm like, your words are too big.
Like, too big.
Bring it back down.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, she's awesome, and she's still in school. She's pro rodeoing. She's maturing. Like, she's who I strive to be like.
No kidding. Yeah, that is a lot to handle. Yes. And yeah, on that same token, I feel the same. Comparing is a really big flaw of me. Like, and it's not a place, because I battle with myself with this. It's not a place of jealousy. It's almost a place of like pressure on myself. Does that make sense? Yep. Like, God, look at all these other people. And it's not like I'm like jealous of it, but I'm just I'm being hard on myself, like, why aren't you doing that kind of thing? So that gets me, like, every barrel race, my mind runs wild, and it starts doing that, and it's hard. It beats you down. So then you are sour when you go in there, because you've just tormented yourself for the past like hour, so
at the high school rodeos, I like being kind of last. So we have about 60 barrel racers in our high school rodeo.
That's awesome.
And so the last few weekends I've been like 45 and then down. And so I actually really like it that way because I can get on about halfway through the barrel racing and then I warm up my horse, kind of stay in my own little circle, and then I go and run and then the barrel racing's over. So sounds really bad, but I don't really watch the barrel racing. I'll go watch the junior high kids after and everything, and then, you know, later on I'll ask people how they did or something. But I'm there for myself. I'm there to win my own game. So
Absolutely.
I'm not there to watch everybody else. And
yeah.
That's one of the things that I started doing because I am talkative in the warm up pin, but at the same time I also am like, okay, we got a job, we gotta execute it, and then we can be friends.
Absolutely, yeah. And whatever you did out in the arena has nothing to do with my, kind of. That's a good. I'm gonna have to see. You're teaching me stuff. I'm gonna have to take notes about this, and I'm gonna have to do this.
It's taken a really long time, and I still struggle
bet.
with all of it. It's so easy, especially at the high school rodeos, because we're all the same age, and so like going there, it's been defeating, but it's also been like rewarding. Of like, okay, I can place with these girls because these girls are good. Like there is a lot of our high school rodeo kids. You kind of just look at some of them, and you're kind of just like, we'll see you at the NFR, like very soon.
Yeah, you're
and
going.
So it's tough to like think about that, but then also being like you are surrounded by the best of the best, and so it just makes you better. Like if you are surrounded by the best, you become the best.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great mindset to have too. Yeah. I know we've touched a lot on this, like handling pressure and stuff. It sounds like you've got a really good routine going on handling all that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's again, it's taken a long time, but I like the bigger performances and everything, and I like being under pressure and everything like that. And so I actually get way more nervous at like a jackpot compared to like a huge perf, which is really weird. I don't know how that is. I think it's just like at a jackpot, more people, I guess, are like looking at me in a way that I just don't like being looked at. But at a rodeo, it's just like huge people, and people want to watch you. Like people love the barrel racing. At the Greeley Stampede, it's crazy, and you can just hear it every all the bleachers and everything. And so hearing that is pretty exciting, and I like that pressure. So
yeah. I was gonna ask you if you were more of a jackpot girl or a rodeo girl, but
I love rodeos.
I do too.
Something about them, like they just.
It's like magical.
I don't even know the last time I went to a jackpot, to be honest. I would rather go and have like one run and maybe not make as much money and like drive. And I love the rodeo lifestyle. I was listening to Carly Otero's podcast with the Let's Frickin' Rodeo, and she was like, I just love rodeoing. And I was like, same. Like it's just something in me that just, I love the go, 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 go and never stopping.
Yeah, I feel very similar. Like I did jackpot. I didn't grow up with like Little Britches was really big when I was growing up. But my school district, I grew up in the city. I always had horses, but I was in the city. They did not have like a rodeo team or anything. And then I put myself through high school, like an online school, so I didn't get to do high school rodeo or anything like that. So I just did jackpots all the time. And then I did CPRA like a couple years ago, and I was like, oh my God, what have I been doing my whole life? If I could choose, I'd never go to another jackpot again.
Yeah.
Seriously, like it's just something about the crowd and just the atmosphere. And I don't know, I feel you. Like it's my jam. It's just way better. Like I don't know, I honestly hate going to jackpots, and you kind of have to sometimes, but
to fix stuff. But
in season maybe, but yeah, I would so much rather go to a rodeo.
Well, there's so many rodeos nowadays, and like
that's true.
The money added is just as good as like a good jackpot. And honestly, in Colorado, we don't have very many like great jackpots. Like the team ropers and their added money at the Colorado jackpots is crazy. Like I'm like, I should be a team roper.
No kidding, yeah.
But like the Colorado jackpots, you have your high stakes, but you still don't make that much.
Right.
At a rodeo, again, it's hit or miss, I guess. But it's funner, I think, and then you can go try and win. And then the ground's always perfect at jackpots, most of the time. So like when you go to the rodeos, it's completely different. So seasoning's kind of tough on that aspect, but I love the rodeo world. So
I do too. It's just something. It's magical. That's the best way I can describe it. It's just magical, and I do like kind of more the marathon jackpots, like almost Like I don't know, yeah, you've gone to the All In, right?
I haven't.
You
I've
haven't?
seen
Okay.
it, but yeah. So
Yes,
like that one.
those
Yep.
ones. Like I do think those are kind of fun, but it's in a bigger sense. I feel like it's kind of a blend of the two, you know,
Yeah.
because it's not just a quick little jackpot, but there's a lot of added money. It's kind of a big deal, you know.
Yes.
And I've gone there once and or like BBR, you know, stuff like that. That's kind of the qualifying, you know,
Yes.
stuff. I do like those. I think that's a lot of fun. But yeah, I definitely still like the rodeos.
Yeah.
That is my that's my jam as well.
I like the junior world finals qualifiers and everything. Like
Yeah,
those are through barrel races, not entirely rodeos or anything. And so
for sure.
those ones are fun. I like the ones that we have to travel. Like if
Yeah.
they are under 6 hours, I'm like, you know, I like the far
Really? You like
ones.
the far
Yeah.
ones? Okay.
I like
Yeah.
getting away and seeing everything and all the new things. The 6 hour ones are like going to Amarillo. I love Amarillo
Yeah.
so much. But yeah, I mean, the jackpots are great, and I'm not hating on jackpots
No,
at
yeah,
all.
absolutely,
But
absolutely.
they are just, the pressure for me at least is like
Yeah.
so much more at a jackpot than it is at a rodeo.
Yeah.
Again, don't know how that makes sense, but that's just how it is.
No, I think it's just the adrenaline maybe
Yeah.
because yeah, I that's understandable. I'm the complete opposite. I hate traveling. Like Keegan, my husband, he is very supportive. Like he is right there all the time. He loves to drive me, goes all the time, and I'm like, he probably wants to leave me on the side of the road because we're like 2 hours down and I'm like a kid. I'm like, are we
Yeah,
there
are we there
yet? I'm
yet?
so
Yeah.
bored, you know. So I don't love traveling, but I'm getting
Yeah.
better. I'm getting
It
better.
does get rough at times,
Yeah.
and me and my family fight quite a bit
Oh
in the
yeah.
truck if we all go together, but it's,
Yes.
again, it kind of goes back to like we all love it and we all do it, and we try to
Absolutely.
make it like a trip. Like especially when my brother comes with us, is like we go find a water park, and some of like the best memories are the rodeos that we went to, but we also got to do other things. Like we got stuck on the way to New Mexico in Trinidad,
Oh
and we
gosh.
went to a turquoise shop, and like
Yeah.
she let the owner let us go like downstairs into like the vault. Like it was the funnest thing
Oh my
ever.
gosh, that's
And
so
so like
cool.
just little things like that, and like in Montana we went to a water park and
Yeah.
try to like find little activities to make it fun and not just about rodeo all the time.
That's a huge thing. Yeah, I've been working on that, just the pressure, putting so much pressure on myself that you got to stop and take a second. Like, yes, this is what we want to do. This is our passion, our hobbies, whatever, you know, whatever you want to call it. But there is more to life than it, and you need to stop and enjoy the other stuff. I've been super guilty of that, so I'm definitely working on that. But that's a great idea. Yeah, do just a little pit stop somewhere and see something, you
Yes.
know? Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
see Buc-ee's or, you know,
Buc-ee's,
something cool.
I have never been to Buc-ee's, even when
Really?
it's here. I
Oh
have
my
not been to
goodness.
the one
I
yet.
will say the one here isn't as cool as the one in
In
Texas.
Texas?
In
Okay.
Texas, I don't know if it's just because it's in Texas,
Yeah.
but Texas is just so much better.
It's just another level of
Yeah,
Buc-ee's.
the Dr.
Okay.
Pepper is good. And I
Okay.
know that sounds
Okay.
crazy, but
Yeah.
I guess, so we actually sat next to some, off topic a little bit, but we sat next to a guy who worked for Dr. Pepper on a plane.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
he was telling us that it's better in Texas because the factory's there and everything. And so,
Oh.
fun
So
fact,
it is
the
Dr. Pepper. It's
is better.
different. Okay. I'll have to try
Everything's
me a
better in
Dr. Pepper.
Texas.
It is. I know. I love Texas.
I
Yes,
do
it has my
too.
heart. Yeah. No, for sure. That's funny. I'll have to try the
Yes.
Dr. Pepper out there. Heck
Yes.
yeah. Heck yeah. Well, kind of going on, like getting a little off of your competing, like when you're not competing, you're also interviewing athletes and stuff. So
Yes.
how long have you been doing that? Like a couple years now?
Yeah, so we started at the stock show in 2023.
Okay.
And the National Western, and we started that because I needed social media content for my sponsors. And so I reached out to Priefert and I was like, hey, just an idea, like I'll be down there, like can you message some of your pros and just let them know I'll be like Instagram DMing them. And they were like, oh yeah, for sure. So I
Yeah.
actually got quite a few through Priefert and everything, and then it kind of started there, and then I told Trent about it from Greeley Hat Works, and then he was like, okay, what about if we did it at Greeley? I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
So then
Yeah.
we went to Greeley, and then we did a bunch there. And then each year, so that was in 2023. So
Yeah.
we've done it every year since. And then,
Since.
yeah, this will be my 4th year. So,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, that is so cool.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
been
just
so cool.
exhilarating. Yes. What's that like to talk? I bet it you said like starstruck. Like,
Yeah,
is it just crazy?
it is.
Yeah.
It really is. I have been able to talk to like some of the coolest people that I've honestly never thought that I've talked to.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, you know, you think of like Lisa Lockhart or Shad Mayfield as like these top-notch people, which they are, but they
Yeah.
also are like fun people to be around.
Yeah.
And
They're
so,
just people.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And so like going back to that of just like, okay, they're not scary. They're not like gonna bite your head off or anything. Like they're
Right.
fun. They want to be around you. They want to do
Yes.
this kind of stuff and everything. So it's Starstruck is like the only
amazing.
word that I can think
Yeah,
of.
no, it is. I'm like the biggest Shad Mayfield fan. Like
Yes.
his social media, he just is hilarious, man. His stupid that segue thing, it just kills me when he's on that thing. And we one of the girls here, because I run our TikTok page, and there's this trend where it's like, you know, you go into the boutique or whatever, you're like, my husband says we can't afford it. And they're like, oh, would you like to see some other options? And they're like, yeah. And then they show you like it's usually actors or something, like different men options. And I told Wyola, I'm like, what if we did it as a saddles, you know, but we do PRCA Cowboys? And she's like, oh my gosh. And so, dude, I think we did him, we did T. Parker, we did Ty Harris from Let's Freaking Rodeo. I tried to get him to come. I'm like, can you please come? And he never responded, but he's really busy. So, but I really like that podcast. Who else did we did? We definitely did Stetson Wright, and then Kai Hamilton. We did all 5 of those guys. And freaking Shad, I tagged him and he saw our Instagram story, and I screenshotted it and I have it saved, and I'm like, oh my gosh, please repost it. And he didn't, but he was the only one that actually like saw it and looked at it and stuff, and I was starstruck just with that. So I could not imagine.
He's so cool. We've met him a few times, and every single time he is the exact same person. He wants to have fun. Actually, funny story, and I don't really share this often, but I have a blooper that the very first time I interviewed him, I was like, okay, Shad, we're going to do a lip syncing contest. And,
oh my gosh, dude.
So I get ready, I'm up there, and like we're rolling, and I'm like, okay, I'm Shad Mayfield, and I'm here with Shad Mayfield. I didn't realize that I said my name was Shad Mayfield, and just ran with it.
Yeah.
And he like looks at me, and he's like, your name isn't Shad Mayfield. And I was like, you're right.
True.
You're right. So we had to rerun it, but he was like, that was just so funny, you know, and I was like so stressed out, and he was like, it's fine. Like, I mean, you could be Shad Mayfield too. And I was like, okay, thanks. Like, of course I want to be Shad Mayfield.
Yeah.
But he's such a good sport, and his social media is top notch.
He's hilarious.
Just like he is on social media, that's how he is in person.
Yeah.
And like a lot of those rodeo athletes too are the same on like social media in person, so that's fun to see too. But he's one of my favorites for sure.
Oh my gosh, he just cracks me up. Yeah, I'll rewatch those videos of him on his Segway and stuff. It's just crazy. I don't know if it's him or like, has there been just a standout interview for you that's always just in your mind?
Yes.
Yeah.
Haley Williams is one that really sticks out. I love her. We were on the Priefert Junior Elite team the very first year.
Yeah.
So being able to see her and all that she's accomplished while knowing her from the beginning is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Shad, Carly Otero, we did one with her husband, her and her boys, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah,
and the boys are
they're
such
so
good
nice.
sports.
Yeah.
Yes. Fallon Taylor, I mean, there's so many of them that just are so cool and so good to talk to.
Yeah.
We did one like little TikTok with Damian Brenham and Brody Wells, the Saddle Bronc riders.
Yeah.
And they I did a different one with somebody else, and then behind them they were kind of, you know, like making faces in the back. And so we did one with them where they were fighting, and it was just fun to see like that they're going to compete in like the next 30 minutes, but they're having fun with it before.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's cool to see all their personalities, and then really I think social media is becoming such a big thing that they just know. So if anybody walks up with the camera, they kind of are like, let's have fun with it.
Yeah.
And so, I think it's pretty fun to see everybody's side and personalities for those things.
That's so fun. Yeah, I've ran into a few people, but not, you know, not anywhere near what you've gotten to talk to. And it's just been, it's cool to see them, like, it's so weird, but you don't think of them as people. You know what I mean?
No.
And they're just out there living. Like Fallon Taylor, she's probably one of the few athletes that she's come in here several times. Like during Greeley, she came in and bought like her own ranch dress and stuff in here, and she was just the most like kindest, down to earth girl. Her husband was really nice. Her son was so nice. So we talked. She was in here like every other day there for a minute, and she was super nice. And then JB Mooney ordered from us, and he was super cool. And we like sent him a little like thank you card and stuff, and put a little like, hey, come for the podcast, you know, kind of thing in there. He probably won't, but you know, you gotta try.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, that's all you can do. And I think if I didn't try for a lot of these things, I wouldn't be where I am and get to talk to the people I talk to.
This is true.
Just talking. But one other one that sticks out is Katie Lucas. I interviewed her at the first Greeley Stampede that I worked. Yeah. And she is tremendous. And she's just absolutely, I love her. Like, she is a superwoman through and through.
Yeah.
And she invited me down to the Cowboy Channel studio when I was down in Texas, and being able to kind of see that, and then see all that goes behind the scenes, and like her willing to help me. And I still text her sometimes, and I'm like, hey, like, what do you think? Or Kennedy Riggs, I haven't got the chance to interview her, but she's one that's helped me quite a bit too as well.
Yeah.
Of like, I texted her the other day, and I'm like, I have no idea about social media ideas. Like, I don't know. And her sister are so good at that kind of stuff. They actually did the gold buckle fraternities, and I love watching those videos.
Yes, those ones are good.
Yeah, and so I told her, and she was like, honestly, just like watch TikTok. And you know, it's not the best to always watch TikTok, but that's the truth of like,
it is,
these athletes want to do stuff fun. So they've done a great job. So just really realizing it goes back to how real people are of like, you can just text them and see. And a lot of these people I've gotten through Instagram DMs. So
really
Instagram DMs is the way to go.
That's the way to do it. Okay,
just keep
that's
texting.
The way to hit them up with the podcast. Be
keep
like,
texting.
hey, I'm still here. You know? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, they probably get annoyed of me, and they, some of them know when Greeley rolls around that I'll be texting them.
Yeah,
and they probably get a little annoyed, but
it's fine.
I don't really care.
Like, you're just doing you.
Until you say no to my face, then I'm gonna keep trying.
Absolutely, because you don't know. You just don't know. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Well, with all the people that you've talked to, has something like, is there a moment that stuck with you that maybe didn't go as planned or something like that?
Oh, I've been pretty lucky, knock on wood, to be able to have it run smoothly because I'm pretty good at just going with the flow and stuff like that. That Shad thing definitely was one of them. We did a few where I did one with Ty Erickson, and I had his horse, so he was like talking to about his horse.
Oh, okay.
So I had it on just me and the horse, and then he was talking like it was his horse.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And so that video definitely did not go the way I thought it was, but it was still funny and it was still good. So we just kind of ran with it, and it, you know, whatever it is. But some of those, I mean, we've gotten a few where it's like these cowboys or cowgirls like have to leave right now to go catch a plane or whatever it is to go make Reno, because usually Reno and Greeley are at the same time. And that's kind of gotten stressful, but at the same time, they're all really, really good sports about it. So they kind of just take a second and they realize like, okay, we'll do this really quick. But yeah, they're all pretty fun about it.
I bet they enjoy it. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is there something that you, like any of them have said to you during these interviews, or something that has just really stuck with you?
Yeah, it's pretty cliche, but like never give up.
Yeah.
Like keep going.
Yeah.
But they kind of elaborate it more of like, you know, no matter what, God is with you, and keep going no matter how tough it is. And if you truly love it, like you will find a way. You will jump in people's trailers. You'll fly on planes, like, you know, all of that stuff. Like you'll keep going at it. So
yeah, you'll make it happen for sure. That's awesome. That's awesome. Kind of on a different side, I think you're still doing this because I know I used to buy them from you. You started a business with the Rodeo journals, correct?
Yes.
Are you guys still doing that?
We are, yeah.
That's
it's something
so
that's
awesome.
kind of got put on the back burner for the time being, but we are. Actually, I just had an NFR barrel racer buy one the other day, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But we actually have a girl on our team, Taylor Moykins.
Okay,
she qualified last year, so she's on our team along with Brooke Bruner.
Nice.
And so it's kind of one of those things where I started it when I was 12 years old to pay my way to go to the junior NFR in 2020. And so that paid for majority of my trip to the junior NFR. And then throughout the years, it's kind of grown and all that kind of stuff. And it's cool to see everything. But yeah, recently it's kind of got put off. I need to be better about it, but it's so tough to do everything.
Oh, I bet, honey. You have a lot going on.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, I still have mine. I love it. Yeah, and that's so cool. I love that you took that initiative to like you just were saying, to make it happen. You're gonna make that happen because that's what you want to do for sure. You know, this next question, what's been the hardest part of balancing everything? You kind of touched on it. It's hard to juggle all those different things. You wear a lot of hats. So to like juggle everything and switch it up, I bet that is very difficult day to day.
I kind of think I can do everything. And recently I've kind of been reminded that I can't do everything. So really just falling back on some of the people. Laura Lee talks about like having 3 non-negotiables, and hers is like school, workout, and ride horses. And mine kind of change week by week.
Absolutely.
I kind of go like on Monday morning, I set out my schedule of the week and, you know, talk about like my non-negotiables for that week. And so mine was school. I'm actually now finished with school for the year. So that's good. So that's kind of gotten pushed off, but you know, ride horses, do the work. I run multiple of the social media accounts for a lot of people. So running that and making sure I get my posts out, 3 posts, 5 posts, whatever it is a week. And then just I love my notebook, I love my calendar app, and I love my reminder app. Those 3 things I could not live without.
Your lifesavers, yes, for sure.
But I fall back on a lot of people. Like, my mom is always there to help me.
Yeah.
And my brother, he's a saint. Anytime I need him to feed horses, he's out there and feeding horses. He complains about it a little bit, but he's a little brother, so he's kind of just like, whatever,
That's
I guess.
Given, I think.
I have to bribe him. Sometimes I'm like, I'll go get you a drink from Ziggy's or Starbucks, like, please just go feed for like a second, like, go away.
That's important though, to have that behind you, because I feel like you could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have a good support system, it's, it would be 10 times harder.
Yes.
I mean, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah. I couldn't do anything without my support system.
Yeah.
Like, truly, like, I don't want to drive all those miles. I like sleeping. Like, a lot of the time, like, I don't get much sleep, so it's just like my parents kind of know of like, okay, when we're on the road, like, I don't mind driving, but like, sleep. Like, don't be playing on your phone, unless you're doing school or something like that, but like, try and sleep, because I'm very bad at getting sleep.
Yes, I don't know why. You have all this free time.
Right.
Yes, no, that makes sense though, for sure. And you represent several brands, and it sounds like you even run their social media pages and everything. What do you think makes someone like valuable to a sponsor?
The authenticity.
Yes.
See if I can say that word.
Yeah, no, I
like,
get
being
you.
authentic is something that sponsors really, really value. And I have close personal connections with all my sponsors. I don't really work with brands that aren't willing to, have a personal connection with me.
For sure.
I send monthly emails to all my sponsors of like check-ins and just like, hey, how's it going? I ask them how they're doing, what events they have coming, and they ask me about me, and and it's just one of those things that I don't care if they message me back or whatever, but I want them to see that I'm reaching out and I'm saying, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'll be, like, whatever, follow along, whatever you want to do. But a lot of them too, I've been working with since I was young. I started working with Trent in 2020 when I was 12.
Wow.
And I went to business school with Trent since every Monday for like months. Months. And so when people, are just like, oh, she is sponsored by Greeley Hat Works, I'm like, let me tell you.
It's
like,
deeper than that.
It is deeper than that. And like, he's taught me so much about like the business side of things that I couldn't have learned if it wasn't. The funny story about him is I walked up to him and I came in the store and I was like, hey, can you sponsor me? Little 12-year-old me. And I had my little resume and I was like, can you sponsor me? And he said no, like straight to my face.
Oh, no.
And it just kills you. But he was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. You're going to come next Monday. And then it just kept going. And so he's one that's so special to me because he truly has helped me every step of the way. And like same with Priefert too, is my brother was on their very first team in 2018. And so I actually got to go to that roundup as like a sister, because it was over my birthday and my mom didn't want to leave me at home. So I got to go, and then I've been on the team ever since, and now I get to go back and I get to interview the kids, which is like a full circle moment. So it's been pretty exciting. And same with Macy Bean Boots. I have a connection with them, and
that's awesome.
They're so sweet, and I love their boots. So
yeah, they're nice. I got my first pair. Like, I think I've had them a couple years now, but I am impressed with those, man. They are comfy.
I wore some in Vegas for the very first time. Never wore these boots, and they were the comfiest boots ever. I didn't even get sores or anything.
They're great. They're great. And I'm not hating on tin hulls, but that's what I used to wear. I wiped out so many times in those things. They are slick as snot. I don't care if it's icy, if it's just dirt, I would slip around. Like, I can't tell you how many times my butt was on the ground in those, like, and it was causing my foot to actually slip out of my stirrup. I didn't even realize, but they're just so freaking slick. And so so I got my first pair and I'm like, okay, I'm sold on these. These are really nice.
I tell people that all the time. I'm just like, just try a pair of Macy Beans. Just try it. And then now I'm like, got everybody hooked. I'm like, oh yeah, and they're so cute too. So it's just like a win-win.
And they're really affordable in my opinion. I don't think they're crazy priced, they're awesome. That's cool. Okay, so Greeley Hat Works, Priefert, the Macy Beans. Who else do you represent or work with?
Thrive Chiropractic, and then AC Farrier Services.
Awesome.
And then we worked with Delicious Horse Treats, and then they got bought out, but I'm still in contact with the old owners, so it's super fun to talk to them and everything. Casey Curtis Designs is a big one that I also work with. I went out and helped her in Vegas with all of her social media stuff, and she's tremendous to work with. She's one that I really value and has supported me a lot. I just started working with her within like say the last like year and a half, and
Nice.
her like motto, I guess, is fly by faith. And so something
cool.
about that is just super, super near dear to my heart, and getting to see all the things. But she makes wonderful like leather hat feathers and then flowers. You'll have to look her
I'll
up.
have
She's
to look
awesome.
that up. That sounds cool.
Yeah, you're gonna look at it and want to buy everything. I am pre-warning you.
Thanks. No, I'm just kidding. No, that'd be cool. Yeah, so it just sticks in your hat.
Yeah, so it's like a hat band.
Okay.
So it's got like a leather piece around it.
Yeah.
And then the feather, and then you just pull it. I actually have a TikTok on it because some people are like, I don't know how you put them on. But it's the fun part about it is like you can like decorate it however you want.
Yeah.
And so you add, like, I have a little Thunderbird too that I can stick onto my hat, and like,
oh, that's so cute.
It's pretty fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Like mix and match, and then you can just take them off and put it on your other hat. So I have like a feather for every hat. Like, it's really bad to admit, but yeah.
It's okay. It's like a tack set for every horse. So, it's minor details.
So bad about that.
I am too. I am too. Like, they have to have their own stuff,
Yeah.
That's awesome though. I'll have to check her out. Yeah. That sounds good. You are so involved in the Western community. Like, what does that mean to you personally? I know you're very passionate about it, but can you elaborate a little more on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of goes back to like being authentic and showing people the Western industry and showing like the real raw stuff. And I think that's something that could get really mistold or whatever you want to call it, misunderstood, of like showing the fake stuff and making it so it looks really cool, and this is always what rodeo looks like, of like the wins and all this. And so going back and being like, hey, this is how it is. Like, I hit a barrel to win it, or missed my calf, or whatever it might be, like one of those things. And so showing the realness of everything, and showing people what the Western community's like and how cool it is, because it's pretty cool. Even though like it gets tough at times, like I talk to everybody and they're like, I don't know what I would do without rodeo. So, and we all do it, and we all keep coming back to it. So
this is true. No, I think that's a really important thing, to show the reality, because I feel like when a picture is painted that isn't necessarily how it is every single day, you know what I mean? That's when it does lead to you comparing like yourself to others, because you're like, gosh, so and so, it looks so easy for them. Like, everything just seems to come together, and it's like, well, they're not showing, and not hating on the people that don't, but you know what I mean? There's sides that they're not showing, because everybody goes through it. Everybody hits barrels, everybody misses their calf, I mean, everybody gets bucked off occasionally. Like, it is a part of it. It's not always rainbows and sunshine, even for the pros. I mean, that's very real, for sure.
Yeah, it's been a blessing and kind of a curse too, of how much I post on social media.
Yeah.
My life is pretty public and everything, and so I'll have some people walk up to me and start talking to me about something that I posted and I forgot about posting, and I'm like, how do you know that? That kind of thing. But it shows to like the reality of things, of like, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, this weekend didn't go great, but I'm still gonna post about it. And rodeo, that's rodeo. Like, you got to see the ups, you got to see the downs, because I'm a real person too. We're not robots. So showing the authenticity and showing that it's okay to mess up or make mistakes is super important.
Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. On a different token, like, what do you do when you're not working or not competing? I know that's pretty much most of what you do, but do you have any other hobbies or things that you enjoy outside of all this?
Yeah, I really like pickleball.
Pickleball, okay.
I always try to get people to go play pickleball with me all the time. People don't really want to. They're like, there's other things that could be done. But, I get some time, like at the last Craig High School rodeo, we had some time in between. And so we went to Walmart and we picked up a little pickleball, like rackets and everything. And we went and found a tennis court and we played pickleball.
Pickleball.
And we don't have very much time in between the rodeos, but thank goodness that rodeo got done early, so we got some time to hang out with friends. But I like hanging out with my friends. We go to Bible study or youth group or whatever it might be that weekend. X2D has a bunch of events and everything, so I try to help out as much as I can with them and everything that they're doing for us kids. So I try to do everything and be everywhere, and I have FOMO a lot, so I think that's kind of why I do everything. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I gotta take a step back and just be like, okay, I can't do that today. But
Yeah.
I don't really say that often.
I'm the same way. I get it. You know, I have never played pickleball, so
Ooh, well, we're gonna
I
have to
know
go
we could
play.
go. Dana, the owner, she was talking about we do like staff bonding like once a
Yes.
year or something, and she went to this. Is it Chicken and Pickle?
Yeah.
Have you ever been there?
No, but I really want
So
to.
she's like, "Do you all want to go to Chicken and Pickle?" And we're like, "What in the heck is that?" And then we looked it up, and yeah, I was like, "Oh, that could be fun.
Yeah.
That could be fun."
I've
Yeah.
heard good. My mom wants to go, and I'm like,
Let's
okay,
go to
let's
Chicken
go.
and Pickle.
We haven't
Yeah.
had time to go yet, but
Yeah.
we will go. But
Yeah.
our rec center has like some pickleball courts or
sweet.
pickleball courts and stuff. So
Yeah.
I try to take people there. I'm like, hey, let's go work out, and then we'll end with pickleball.
We'll just play some
Let's-
pickleball.
Yeah, but I try to play like basketball with my brother. I used to play basketball and softball and everything.
Okay, I kind of remember that. Yeah. Okay.
So I used to do some sports, and I just realized I'm not that athletic, and so I'm gonna make the horse run for me. But you kind of have to be athletic to rodeo, I guess.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm a little bit athletic.
I think it's in a different way because I'm the same way. I suck at sports. Like my ankles, I have such terrible ankles. Like I'm fast, okay, like relatively speaking, but I'm gonna twist my ankle and fall down. So like,
let's not do that.
Was not. My dad put me in all sorts of different sports, and I was just like, this is terrible. I just want to be on the horse, you know. But it's in a different, like it's like your core, you know. You gotta be strong that way. But I don't know. It doesn't matter if I twist my ankle if I'm on the horse. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's
okay.
fine.
You'll still rodeo.
Yeah, I'll still be on it.
Yeah.
So yes. Oh, that's funny. What is something maybe that people don't see about you that would surprise them? Do you have any like hidden facts or like talents or something?
Like I said, I'm pretty open about everything.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
if somebody has anything to ask, I'm pretty open and I'll tell them. But one of the things is probably like not a lot of people know that I have epilepsy.
Yes, I did not know that. Yeah.
That's like another thing I want to start sharing more about and like explain my journey on that. But it's kind of one of those things I've kind of blocked it out of my life, and so I sometimes forget that I have it or like had it, if whatever you want to call it. And so I'm just like, okay, if I can reach more people and like talk about it, then it's not only going to like the epilepsy found like community in that part, but it's also opening it up into like the Western world. So then those two worlds can collide and share and that kind of thing. So
absolutely. I think that is huge. I think it needs to be talked about more because that's another side you don't really see in the not just the Western community, but in that side. It's really not talked about much, and I feel like it really, whatever it may be, it actually, a lot of people are affected by different things like that. There's so much that you don't even know. You don't, if they don't say it, you wouldn't even know looking at them, and a lot of people struggle with stuff like that, and it's huge. It makes a huge impact on your life, for sure.
It does, and I don't think like the mental health side of stuff as well isn't talked about enough in the Western community, and that's one of the things that I think needs to be talked about more, and it's starting to. Like I would say that it's gotten better the last few years, but that's another thing that like I want to talk about of like the mental health stuff. Like it's tough to be on the road all the time and go and that kind of thing. So talking about that and like talking about the epilepsy stuff. So
yeah. No, I think that's amazing. Yeah, because it is, the financial stress, the physical, mental, like everything it's a lot. I mean, I feel like every sport probably has that, but I think rodeo is just so unique and it's just a different level of like stress, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Rodeo is something else.
It
like
is,
I don't really know why we do this, to be completely honest.
I wonder myself. Yeah.
I talked to Zane Murphy, and I asked him, what's like one piece of advice that you have for younger kids? And he's like, don't rodeo. And I'm kind of thinking like, oh, don't say that. Like we want more people.
Yeah.
But then I was like, actually, you might not be wrong because, I mean, if you give 50%, you're not going to do anything with it. Like you have to give 110% every single day.
Yeah.
And not a lot of sports have like they go half of the year, whatever it might be. We go all year, like 365 days, morning and night. We feed horses. We do something related to horses.
Yeah.
We're lucky if we get like a week of vacation.
Absolutely.
Of like, but we have to find somebody to feed our horses, something like that. So it's always something. But again, I wouldn't trade it for the world. So
same. I feel the same way. I feel really bad, and I think we need more people. But I empathize for like the new horse people that are coming in because I know how expensive it is because that's a whole new thing right now, right? I mean, it's always been expensive, but I feel like right now it is so expensive. Like I wonder sometimes, God, like how am I going to do this, And I've been mentally strained on that side of things. I feel so bad for the new people that just want to come into this, even if they're not competing, even if they just want a horse, and they are hit with this overwhelming cost that it takes to have these amazing animals. Like, it is a lot. I mean, even just diesel right now. Like, I've joked that, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to go old school and ride the horses everywhere. Like, I will leave the day before. I might make it here like on time,
My horse will be warmed up by the time I get there.
because like, good Lord, it's like really expensive, and it's just that's a huge stressor, at least in my life. So
100%.
we've seen it in here too in the business. Like, we're picking up, but it's been significantly slower than usual, and it's been scary for us as a small business. But people don't have money to come buy a $2,500 saddle just because, or a $180 headstall kind of deal, and it's scary, and I feel bad for them. I'm like, such an amazing thing to have in your life, but then it comes with all of this as well,
Yeah, I don't think people from the outside realize how much it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you have horses, you have feed, farrier, entries, gas. Like, there's so many things that go into it.
Absolutely.
That, like, honestly, the gas is not the cheapest anymore, but like what used to be at least your issues of like, okay, whatever, we can just get gas, But now it's just like, oh gosh, now you have to really factor in the diesel and all that stuff. So
absolutely.
it's crazy.
Just the maintenance, like it's a fly spray even. I mean, fly spray is freaking expensive. You gotta have it, So no, I'm with you. It's overwhelming at times.
Everything's so expensive.
It is. Yes. But again, like we were joking earlier, what else would we do? I'm not
We would
good.
be rich.
Yeah, we would be. I have looked at what I would have if I didn't have horses, and I'm like, man, you really should not have done that to yourself. But I feel like my life would be so just empty without it, because that's
100%.
what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
It's what we've always done.
We could probably travel to really cool places like Brazil and stuff.
Yeah.
But, if I went to Brazil, I would want to go watch the barrel racing. So
yes, exactly. It's always there.
Ties into, like, I talked about going to Canada, and I was like, only if we can go during the Calgary Stampede.
Ooh, that would be so fun. Yes, that would be so cool to see.
You tie everything to rodeo. We went to the American last year, and it was supposed to be like we were going to go to Fort Worth and just have a fun trip. And then I was like, well, the American's down there. So, like, we should go watch the American.
Let's go, yeah.
And my friend was competing there, too. So, it kind of just worked out. But it was just one of those things that you just go where the rodeos are, I guess,
so
even if it's vacation.
I love that. I've always wanted to go to Pendleton and Calgary just to watch even, And then what's the one? It's like, it's on the beach. Have you seen that? Is it Corpus Christi? No. It's somewhere down there, though. It's in Texas.
They have that college... They have one in California, the Cal Poly one, because I think that's on the beach, but I think that might be the college one.
Okay.
But it's like, I know what one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's wild. Like, there's no fence. They just have this like shoot, like all the bucking chutes set up, and like I remember last year. Yes, and like one of the broncs like literally went out into the water and bucked him off in the water. Like, it's just, I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm like,
rodeo is so cool.
It's
like,
wild. Yeah.
It's just crazy, like the different places from like Pendleton to San Antonio or Rodeo Houston, or Greeley, whatever it might be, and like the different setups and everything. So yeah.
So cool.
It is
so cool.
It is.
What kind of, for the future, like are there any certain things that you're focused on building right now, or any fun plans? I know this year it feels like it's already halfway over, but that you're kind of planning on this year.
Yeah, it does really feel like it's halfway over. It is crazy.
Like, man.
Well, we are getting ready for like Priefert. We'll go back down in the middle of June, and then Greeley Stampede starts at the end of June. So starting that, we are competing at state, not this weekend, but the weekend after, for our high school rodeo. So I'm barrel racing, and then I'm also trying out for high school rodeo queen. So that's something a little bit different for me, but something that I am going to do because it's going to help me set up for my career in the future. A lot of the Cowboy Channel interviewers were rodeo queens. So Miss Rodeo Canada, Miss Rodeo America, a lot of them were rodeo queens. And so not that has to be your step in the door, but it helps with connections and everything. And so starting off at like a littler one, and then if I get it, then going to nationals, and then, progressing, hopefully. But that's something it's kind of like I've realized it's a stepping stone for me to get my foot in the door with the Cowboy Channel and everything. So trying that out, I kind of just take stepping stones and just see kind of where it ends up. It's worked out for me so far, but and then I'm a junior right now, so next year will be my senior year. I'm graduating early, so I'll have like a semester off where I'll work and stuff, and then hopefully we'll go to Texas is kind of the plan of school.
Yeah.
I've kind of looked everywhere, but Texas is just kind of where it just feels at home.
Yeah,
So
it's calling you.
love to go to Texas, and then hopefully in the future get an internship at the Cowboy Channel and then work at the Cowboy Channel.
That's so cool. I can see you doing it. I have no doubts. That's awesome
you.
too with the Rodeo Queen stuff. You know, it's
Yes.
just another thing, you know, and a really cool opportunity and experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it's definitely something a little different, not really
Yeah.
in my realm of things, but I've kind of just realized that, you know, like if you don't try everything, like you gotta just try everything. So
Absolutely.
I'm like, okay, I guess. So it's been like full prep in our house of the outfits and the boots and all of that.
The hair, and it's fun though.
It
is
is
cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm
yes.
excited for that, and if I don't make it, then I don't make it. Like, it is what it is. So
Yeah.
I'm just excited to try something new.
Sweet. You just gotta watch those grand entry horses, man.
Yeah, I had to carry flags the last
Oh,
weekend,
man.
and I was like, my horse started crow hopping, and then she wouldn't get close to like the flag, so I'm like handing it off and picking it up and just going, and like it was kind of a wreck, but after she made that one crow hopping lap, we were
You're
golden.
good. You're
We
good
were
to go.
golden.
You're
Yep,
good to
yep.
go. That's so awesome. Well, kind of to wrap us up here, like, what would you tell someone who's like wanting to kind of follow a similar path, or they have similar like dreams or goals?
Don't take no as an answer.
There
Just
you
keep
go.
doing it.
Just keep going.
Yeah, that's really the biggest thing, is I wouldn't be where I am today if I took no as an answer multiple times.
Yeah.
So just really going and keep going. Just keep trying.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Where can people kind of follow along with what you're doing? I know you're very active on social media. Where's the best place for them to kind of see what you're working on next?
Oh, goodness. Probably Instagram is like the biggest one that I kind of post on.
Yeah.
Facebook and TikTok.
Yeah,
So,
Facebook and TikTok.
We've had the inside joke in our family that we're going to start a YouTube channel.
Oh, you should. You totally should.
Okay, we might have to.
I think that would be great.
Because we got some crazy adventures.
Yes!
Some
people
of the stuff.
would love that.
I know. We've gotten some stuff that we'll just, we'll make TikToks and we'll vlog or something like that. And so making it into a YouTube channel, I'm like, this could be fun.
This could be fun.
Maybe we'll have to do that.
YouTube's making a comeback. I've noticed that. Like, it's kind of coming back around, because I know it was really big, like when I was, probably 12 or something, and then it died down, and now it's coming back.
It is. It really is. TikTok is like a big thing too.
It's huge. Yeah, TikTok is wild. Yeah.
It is. There's a lot that goes into TikTok. I'm just like, this is crazy. I can't do all that.
No, it's a lot, and the ideas, trying to keep it authentic and like, but turn it, kind of into something like this. It's hard. It's crazy. Is there anything else that you think we should cover that you want to talk about?
I don't know. I appreciate you having me on. I don't think there's anything else.
Okay, well, I appreciate you. It's been so cool. Like, I've known you for so many years, and I think you're amazing, and I just love watching you. But it's been so cool to talk with you, and I'm so excited for what comes to you in the future, and I see big things. So
thank you. I appreciate
I'm rooting you on, girl.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It means a lot to hear you say that. Absolutely. So thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thanks for watching the Cintuation podcast, brought to you by Saddle Up. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, or drop us a comment. Until next time, thanks for watching.